The first 360 shooter that I'm going to look at out of my collection is Shikigami No Shiro 3, or Castle of Shikigami 3 on the 360. I'm not actually quite sure why I'm reviewing this one first, because out of 7 or so Jap 360 shooters that I've got, I think this one's not the greatest one, to be honest. I think it's a pretty average shooter. But I think this probably dates back to playing the original Shiki, because I think it's a terrible game, to be honest. I just think it's very, very average. Doesn't do anything special, and has been beaten by many games. The original was released by Alpha System in 2001, and it involves, the whole plot of the three games involves a series of stories about murderers and detectives, and it's all a bit insane, to be honest, and doesn't necessarily make any sense. But again, it's a shmup. You don't need a plot line. It's there buzzing away in the background. Don't really bother yourself with it. Quite unusually for a shmup, the actual sprites that you control are actually caricatures of human beings rather than ships. Doesn't happen very often in the vertical scrolling genre. So yeah, I'll say I wasn't turned on by the first one, and if you're actually after a home version of it, you can always get this. There we go. Mobile Light Force 2 was a westernised version of Shikigami, and again, even this is it's a cut down version. Apparently, there's a lot of the cutscenes in between the game chopped out for the UK release and the American release, apparently, and it's got the really, really dreadful cover art on it that's not actually really related to the game. Absolutely awful, has to be said. Now, the second game in the series was Shikigami No Shiro 2. You'll see a pattern forming there in the names, and this was released on the Naomi system in the arcades. Again, initially, after playing the first one, I thought this game was going to be fairly average, but yeah, I've played it and it's an absolute belter. It's a really, really good game. It addresses all the problems that were wrong with the original game, such as balance, playability. Gets rid of all those kind of blank scenes in the background, and is actually changed into a bit of a manic shooter as well. So there's that interest there, and it's fantastically presented. Again, if you want this game, there are three ways to get it. It was released on the Dreamcast, Xbox and PS2. I believe there's a Windows version as well, but I'm not 100% on that one. My first encounter of the game was the Western release, Castle of Shikigami 2. There we go, War of the Worlds for some reason. It's a nice PS2 conversion, has to be said. It is very good, and again, the cover art isn't as bad as the travesty that is the first game. But for me, the best conversion of Shikigami 2 is the DC version. Here we've got the limited edition. I'll go into that in more detail when I actually get around to doing my Dreamcast shooters. But the Dreamcast version, obviously, because it's on similar arcade architecture, yeah, Naomi basically has a similar Dreamcast architecture. It looks absolutely spot on, and I'm assuming that this is the closest to the arcade as it got. I'd be interested to see what any Xbox fans think, because I think it came out on the standard Xbox as well. So I'd be quite interested to get some feedback on that one. So now we'll move on to the sorry, that was released in 2003, and we'll move on to the most recent version now, the version that I'm going to review today, and it's Castle of Shikigami 3. This was released in 2005 in the arcades, and then I believe the 360 and the Wii version conversions happened 2007. Now, luckily for all you American shoot 'em up fans, the Wii version was released in the US. Unfortunately, it's not the case in the UK. We've never seen this game. It probably will end up coming out because of the previous two games coming out in this country. But yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath for any time soon, to be honest. But yeah, the 360 version is an exclusive to Japan, and it is very, very nicely presented. There's the manuals here, and it's, yeah, as always with these Japanese games, full colour. Puts our books to shame, I'm afraid, our inlays. There we go. But yeah, this one was released by Arc Systems, who did the... I'm just trying to think. No, they did. I thought they did the conversion of Blast Blue, but I don't think they did. Maybe they did. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that one out for you. I'll put an annotation on here. Okay then, so for the next section, I'm going to go downstairs and have a look at the menus in the game, show you the options that are available. So I'll see you in that part.